Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lorraine Rose, and if you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. It means so much. For today's video, we are going to make my all-time favorite keto vegetable soup recipe. I make this all the time and it is one of my favorite soup recipes I have ever tried. So what you're going to need for this is either a pressure cooker or a crock pot is just fine. And so the first thing you're going to want to do is get 2 pounds of radishes, and you're going to want to peel them. Now this is a larger recipe, so if you don't want to make a large recipe, you can just cut my recipe in half. And I will go ahead and leave this recipe in the description box below for you, just so you can have that when you go to make your grocery list for easy access. And then all you're going to want to do is peel all of your radishes. And the reason I do this is because on the ketogenic diet, unfortunately, you're not allowed to have potatoes. So I feel like if I peel the radishes, it makes me kind of feel like I'm eating a potato. And it's the closest texture and taste to a potato that I have been able to find. So I'm going to go ahead and just peel all of these now and stick them in my pot. And then once those are all peeled, you want to go ahead and get 2 pounds of green beans, and you want to trim them. I like to cut them into about 1-inch pieces. For your next ingredient, you're going to want to get 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts. And all you're going to want to do is cut them in half, and then to cut the core out, I like to just cut where on the inside where you see the core, and then I like to cut it at a diagonal. That way I'm cutting off the least amount of Brussels sprout as possible when I do it that way, if that makes sense. And then I go ahead and I peel and I dice 1 onion. And then I like to get a large bowl, and I put all of my chopped ingredients into that large bowl, and this just helps when I go to mix everything together before I put it back into my pot. And then you're going to want to get 7 whole cloves of garlic, and you're going to want to press those garlic cloves into your bowl. Now, this garlic press that I have is great because it also peels the garlic while it minces it, so I really like this one. It's from Pampered Chef, if you're wondering. And then you're going to want to get 2 14-ounce cans of diced tomatoes, and you want to pour that into your pot. Now you do have to be careful when you're consuming tomatoes on keto that you don't go over your carb amount for the day, but this is going into such a large pot of soup, so it's okay typically when you use tomatoes in a large pot like this. You just kind of have to be careful that, you're not eating the whole pot of soup in one setting, which nobody could do this. I mean, maybe somebody, but most of us aren't going to be doing that. And then for the seasonings, what I like to do is 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. You want to put a lot of Italian seasoning in there. This is the secret ingredients. And then what I like to do is add 2 teaspoons of Himalayan pink sea salt. And then once all of those ingredients are in the bowl, I'm going to go ahead and just take my clean hands and massage everything together quite nicely, as you see me doing here. So I just do that, and now I'm going to go ahead and stick all of my delicious soup ingredients back into the pot. Now that all of your ingredients are in the pot, you're going to want to take 8 cups of homemade bone broth. You could buy bone broth or you can make it yourself, but this is another ingredient that really sets this soup recipe over the edge. I love this soup recipe so much. I mean, you can also add chicken bouillon, as you see me doing here. I ran out of my bone broth this time, so I added that to it as well with some hot water. But this soup is amazing. My husband and I actually got COVID at the same time, and this is the soup recipe that we would do when we were on COVID, and it made me feel so much better. I felt like I was getting so much good nutrients into my body, and so this is great if you're not feeling well as well. I just love this soup recipe. And then you want to just put your lid on your pot and set it to the pressure cooking setting. And I cook this on my Farberware pot on the soup setting, and I cook it for 30 minutes. So you only need to put this in the pressure cooker for 30 minutes and it turns out amazing. If you're using a crock pot, what I would say is turn it on low, and maybe after like 4 hours you can check on it. And one thing my husband and I like to do if we want to add a little bit more protein into our soup recipe is we will just cook some ground beef on the cooktop and add that to this soup recipe, and it's super yummy that way as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. I am going to try to upload as many keto recipes as I can over the next several weeks. So if you have any requests, or if you want me to do what I eat in a day on keto, please let me know down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, I love you guys so much. Bye!